Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Paige, and in this video I'm gonna be reacting to two comebacks and one specific performance of one group that I've really grown to like recently, which debuted recently. Those being Red Moon by Seok, who is from UP10TION, I believe, and End of Spring by ONEWE, and MCND-Spring, which is a specific performance version. And all of these were requested to me by my good friend Yuri, who has been helping me out monetarily for quite a while now. And specifically he's been helping me out with my transition, because if you're new to the channel or you just haven't noticed by this point, I'm actually transgender, but so far I haven't been able to really afford the transition, and Yuri has been helping me out with that. And as I'm talking about this, I also want to mention, if you want to help me out too, you can do so by going over to Patreon or Subscribestar, or getting in touch with me to donate in some other way if you want to. That'll be greatly appreciated, and obviously there are some rewards over on Patreon, so do check it out. But I'm getting kind of sidetracked, so yeah, huge shout out to Yuri. And again, if you want to help out too, as I already told you what to do. But now let's get back into the reaction, and let's start it off with Kim Woo-seok's Red Moon in 3, 2, 1. I don't understand why top media is sidelining UP10TION. I want to see the whole group. Like, I really love Blue Rose, and it's so good, and I want to see more of them as a group. I guess they think that Woo-seok and Jin-hyuk are much better off on their own. They're much more profitable on their own. So that's why they don't have the whole group, but I don't know. Okay, I kind of like it actually. I love the kind of aluminium foil background there. That's actually really interesting. I gotta say though, it's definitely not as much of an instant hit for me as Jin-hyuk's I Like That was, because that song is so good. It's so good both in terms of singing and rapping, and this one is definitely, obviously, more focused on the singing, so it's not gonna be as good for me as the rapping one was by Jin-hyuk. But I still think it's already good. I'm just more of a fan of rapping. And also, personally, this kind of sexy rapping, I don't really like. I've called it out before with, whenever I reacted to SHINee, I think. I called out Taemin for his sexy rapping. I personally don't like it, and sometimes even find it cringe. Especially in cases like Lisa from Blackpink. And don't worry, I'm gonna react to this a second time, and I'm gonna focus on it more in that one. I do like how theatrical he is with his dancing though. And definitely there are some parts of the song that I like, but I'm just not sure how much I like it overall. Because I Like That was much more upbeat and faster paced and harder hitting. Well, this one, obviously, considering it's more of a singing song rather than a rap song, it's not gonna be like that. But yeah, Let's get into it one more time in 3, 2, 1. The singing is really good though. I definitely like it. Yeah, for me this song, the biggest problem is it has this kind of look at me, I'm so sexy syndrome. Like, I don't mean it in a bad way. If you like it, that's completely fine. For me though, that's not something I like. So I'm gonna try to ignore that part of this whole music video and song. Like, for me, this is not a song that I like. It's not bad, but it's not a song that I like. But for somebody who is really into this, I think this song is genuinely good. If only Top Media gave UP10TION this kind of a quality song. Out of all UP10TION songs, I think only Your Gravity and Blue Rose constitute a really high quality song, so I don't know what they were doing with UP10TION, if I gotta be honest. Okay, so again, I think this song, for the people it's meant to appeal to, it is an objectively good song. The singing is great, the dancing is great, but again, the important part is if it is, for the people that it's meant to appeal to, it is a good song. It doesn't appeal to me though. Jin Hyuk's, or should I say Lee Jin Hyuk's, I like that. It's much more my kind of thing. I love fast-paced and upbeat kind of song, or dark songs actually. I love those kinds of songs too. But in general, I love hype songs or upbeat songs with tons of rapping, and I like that was exactly that. These kind of more slower and more singing focused kind of songs are generally not my kind of thing. Not necessarily that I hate them, but I'm less likely to enjoy those kinds of songs, let alone listen to them quite a lot. So while I recognize that this song is objectively good and the dancing again is objectively good, those things just don't really appeal to me personally, which is why Personally, I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10 because I still recognize it's a really good song, and to a certain extent I like it, and there are some parts that I even love, but they are only small parts, not anything big. But for the people that it's meant to be, this song is meant to be for, it's honestly a really good song. Dare I say even a 10 out of 10. Like, I feel like if you're into this kind of thing, you'll probably love this song. And I'm sorry if you guys are disappointed in my reaction for this, of not liking it. I still think it's a good song, but it's definitely not my style at all. And I wish Top Media gave UP10TION this kind of quality song, because this, quality-wise, it's on par with Blue Rose, or I like that. But yet UP10TION themselves, like, Your Gravity was good, but it was just kind of like a sequel to Blue Rose in terms of like the sound, and it still didn't manage to get to the quality of Blue Rose. Yet Seok and Jinhyo get such good songs, and MCND too. I think UP10TION could be just as successful, I guess, as MCND, just giving good songs. Like, a lot of the times companies, groups fail because they don't give them good songs. Like, I reacted to every single UP10TION song, and other than Blue Rose and Your Gravity, the rest of the songs are honestly hit or miss for me, and mostly misses because most of them are not really that memorable at all. But yeah, as I said, for this one, personally 8 out of 10. Objectively, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. So now let's move on to the next song of this video, that being ONEWE's End of Spring. And let's see how I'm gonna feel about this one after recently reacting to their collaboration song with Hwasa, which I liked. And the main thing that I liked about it is actually that Hwasa featured, because I feel like she brought a contrast to the song, which made it actually pretty interesting, because otherwise it would have been a little bit one note. Not bad, mind you, it just would have been a little bit too simple, and I don't want to say boring, but that's pretty much what I'm going for, because it would have been just the one way sounding. The guys' voices were kind of very similar, because without the song would have sounded very one note with nothing really to kind of make it a little bit more interesting. It would have been very one note and simple. So I'm curious without Hwasa how exactly it's gonna sound. So I guess without further ado, let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. I guess ONEWE, just like every single other RBW artist, goes for very aesthetically pleasing music videos. Like, I swear, every single music video from that company could be a PC background. They're so aesthetically pleasing, I love it. Okay, this one is definitely not one note. It's giving me a little bit of ONEWE's late vibe, but I don't mind that, and I'm not saying this as a criticism. They're brother groups after all. Okay, this is actually really good. I'm definitely much more into this than the last song of theirs that I reacted to. Oh, that high note! What the hell? I love that. Okay, this is much better than I expected. Oh, I love the way it looks. It's so pleasing for the eyes. Oh, the instrumental is so good. Which makes sense, because they are a band, not a group. I don't know what specific terms goes for the different kind of group, whether you use instrumentals or not. But I'm gonna call bands that use instrumentals bands, and groups that only sing and dance groups. This is such a hype song though. This is so much better than I expected. Like, this is genuinely gonna be a song that I'm gonna be listening to. Okay. Let's get into it one more time in 3, 2, 1. Instantly, the instrumental hooks you in. I love that. Like, this is honestly a 10 out of 10 song. I love how upbeat this song is. Like, instantly the instrumental gets you in and it doesn't let you until the end of the song. I love the whole song. Everything about it. Damn, they're really dragging until we get to the actual chorus. I love that. It makes it drop so much harder. Like, they drag out the pre-chorus for like 20 more seconds than usual, and it makes it drop so much harder. This guy looks a little bit like Jisung from Stray Kids. This song makes me so happy. I love it. This might go to my top 20 songs of 2020. I mean, it's actually definitely gonna make my top 20 songs. Because I was thinking of doing top 15, but because it's 2020, I'm gonna do 20 this year. This is way more catchy than I expected. What the hell? Thank you for requesting me to check it out. What the hell? I'm in love with this one. Now I definitely have to check out every single song of ONEWE. Or at least first the title tracks and then whatever you guys request me to check out. Ooh, that hits so hard. What the hell? I love this song. I'll definitely listen to this a lot. I can guarantee you that. I'm so blown away. What the hell? Yeah, what can I say? I don't really have anything bad to say about this song. And usually when I don't have anything bad to say about a song, I don't really have anything to say about a song that I didn't say during the reaction. So I'm just gonna go for the ratings for this one. 15 out of 10? Is that allowed? I don't know. I guess I make up the rules, so I'm gonna allow it, I guess. Like, this song is so good. I love it. As I said, it has some similar vibes to ONEWE's Lit, I think. I feel it just reminds me a lot of ONEWE, which makes sense because they are a brother group of ONEWE. And I feel like the song itself has some similar vibes to I think the song is called Timber by Pitbull, which is an American song. It has that kind of like cowboyish, I guess, to call it, I don't know. Just what I imagine when I hear that kind of sound. And I really like it because of that, honestly. Damn, I did not expect this to be such a good and happy and hard-hitting song. Like, it's so good. I was worried it was gonna be kind of like one note, as I explained for that song in which Hwasa featured of ONEWE, but it was actually really good. And I think the huge part why this song works so well is definitely the instrumental. I feel like the tone of the voices in which the guys sing is really well contrasted with the instrumental, so the fact that the guys' voices kind of are in one tone or octave or whatever it's called, like, I hope you get what I mean. Just they don't really contrast each other. The guys' voices are not really different from each other. They don't really contrast each other. So in this song, I feel like the instrumental is doing that job of contrasting the guys' voices, and I think that's a huge reason why this song works, at least in my opinion. But yeah, this one, as I said, it's gonna be a 15 out of 10 personally and objectively. Like, this song is so freaking good. Wow, I'm genuinely blown away. So now let's get into the last video of this video, that being MCND-Spring performance video. I don't know on what is this. I think it's on M Countdown 2 or something. I know what YouTube channel it is, but I don't know the name of it or whatever. So let's get into it and check it out in 3, 2, 1. Oh, so this is the video in which they switch each other constantly. The thing I like about these videos is sometimes members end up doing parts of songs which they don't do actually. I gotta say, in a certain way, the guys' faces don't really fit the song. Like, I've been listening to this song so much, and I've kind of visualized it in a different way, so it's a little bit weird right now. Like, the facial expressions are not what I imagine when I listen to the song. But I really like the sharp choreo of this one. I love how sharp and fast it is. That's my favorite part of the song, by the way. I love how this guy has such a unique voice. I can already tell him apart from the rest of the members by voice, which takes a while. I mean, it takes me a while to tell the members apart visually, let alone by voice. This is such a hyperactive song, but I guess it makes sense with a name like Spring, which is like spring into action. Like jump into action, not like spring the season. At this point, I really like MCND, but I do need at least one more comeback that I really like to solidify my love for them. Like the rapping is really hard hitting, but their sound could be a little bit more distinct. I think that's the main complaint I have for them. Like their general sound needs some, doesn't really have a unique flavor to it. It doesn't really stand out, the general sound. Otherwise, they are really good. Like the rapping is some of the hardest hitting one that exists right now, but just the general sound is not as unique as, let's say, Stray Kids or TXT or 80s. It just doesn't have that one that really makes it unique. But then if you compare to like UP10TION, it is similar, so I guess that might be just a company thing. But it's just a little bit of a complaint that I have. But I guess it's still unique compared to other groups, even though by itself it's not that unique, so it's not too bad. But again, I just need at least one more comeback to really like, to decide whether I'm really into the group or whether I'm gonna be just a casual fan. Because so far I like Top Gang, even though I have a little bit of a complaint that it needs a little bit more of singing into it. It's surprisingly too hard hitting and too much rapping into it, while Ice H is much better in that regard, but has a little bit of a weird pause in the beginning, half I think right before the first chorus, that kind of weird, confuses me a little. And Spring is the perfect song out of the three in my opinion, but it is a little bit cuter than I would love it to be. I would prefer if it was I guess a bit more mature and harder hitting. Like if I had to compare MCND to any other group, I think I would compare them to NCT Dream. But in a certain way, I feel like even NCT Dream have a little bit of a more unique sound to them, but they're kind of the closest thing to them. But yeah, I still really like them, and I can't wait to check out whenever they have another comeback. So yeah. If you guys have any K-pop songs you want me to react to, make sure to comment them down below and I'm gonna add them to my list, though I don't promise when I'm gonna get to your specific request, because I do have a lot of requests, and especially when there are a lot of comebacks, I get overwhelmed a little bit, so I will do your request, but I just don't know when. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the list in the description to my Twitter if you don't follow me there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, cause in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you do end up enjoying my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon or Subscribestar, where you can pledge support and help keep the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. And additionally, I just want to mention that all the money you decide to support me with are gonna go towards my transition, because if you're new to the channel or you just haven't noticed by this point, I'm actually transgender, but I haven't been able to transition because I can't exactly afford it, but my good friend Yuri, who requested me to check out these 3 songs, has been helping me out. So again, if you want to do it too, as I said, go over to Patreon and Subscribestar. but I don't want to guilt trip you into helping me out. So if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out by liking this video, subscribing, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video. So hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!